What?
I got a Darth Vader Christmas jumper from Primark.
From Primark, I think, is possibly the issue.
Yeah, it itches a bit.
Yeah. It's what happens when you make clothes out of gorse. Live in 5 seconds.
I can see it going now. Oh, yep.
We're live.
Are we live?
We are live. Right.
That's good to know, because as soon as it says published, that means we're live.
Right, you might have to shuffle around a little bit one
Which
way or
way?
the other. Either way, because that is right in front of your face.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll come this way, and then I'm sort of in the middle.
There's no good place for you, Sean.
No, I'll just go home then.
Don't.
I can't,
I don't want to have to walk.
I can't help it. Maybe there's a different way of having this room set around. I'm gonna have to have a go at it.
I
Right.
think that's the problem when you have obviously all the the overhead arms.
Yeah. Hello, YouTube.
Hello, YouTube.
Hello,
We
everyone.
haven't pressed record yet on the thing. I'm going to press record now.
Because we're still fannying about.
So,
Are we actually going?
We
now?
are actually going.
Yeah.
I guess technically it's almost Christmas. It's our Christmas show.
it is our Christmas show. And
Hence
what a
the,
turnout
hence the-
we
Yeah.
have.
Yeah, hence the offensive jumper and a general all-round lack of flood and
Some people
Dan.
have checked out early.
Oh, Dan is doing the Chris Rea thing tonight
He's
officially.
Chris rearing at home for Christmas.
Which means that Mrs. Dan gets to put up more Christmas decorations while he's away.
Do you reckon that's what she does?
She's changed her profile picture on Facebook to a Christmas decoration.
Oh, okay.
I saw the best Christmas decoration in the world on
Was
the
it
internet
rude?
the other day. No, it wasn't rude.
Oh.
It had a picture of Jeffrey Epstein on it. It said, this decoration didn't hang itself.
Oh, for God's sake.
That is also available in Christmas jumper as well, and I meant to buy one, and I completely forgot about it.
I'm turning to drugs already. So how are we all?
Good, better.
Surviving, I think.
Yeah. I think, are we nearly all over this flu bug?
I've got a really bad cold. It's just like lodged here in the front of my skull. Apart from that, I can work properly now, and that wasn't the case 2 weeks ago.
I'm not
It's not been the case for
entirely
most
sure.
of your career.
Well, it depends which career. It tends to be the things that I actually get paid for. I can't be fucked doing.
And as for the hand model, no.
No.
So yeah, I thought I was over the cold, and then today I have woken up with a very sort of sticky throat thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether it's the same one having one last thing, or a new one has found me.
I would
Or I just broke myself on the karaoke bus at the weekend.
That could be it.
So tell us about the karaoke bus then,
Well,
because one, why is it a thing?
It's a thing because it is.
It's been a thing for a
Oh,
while.
It's been a thing for a little while. Yeah.
I've been on it once and didn't know why it was a thing then.
It is exactly what it sounds like. It is a mini bus with karaoke and disco lights and microphones and drunk people. So this was a sort of works unofficial night out festive occasion. And yeah, so we kind of lost half the group in Ramsey, which is in the north of the island. And then as we were coming back down, we had a sort of Queen medley, which was good. But myself and the new guy at work both decided we were going to do the high and the low parts of Bohemian Rhapsody
At the same time?
at the same time.
Ooh, that sounds painful.
Yeah, so that might be why I have a sore throat instead. We're not quite sure.
This is like that time where I was on crutches because I'd done something to my heel and I couldn't work out why, and then 3 days later, the person who is now Mrs. Dan to be showed me the video of us doing chair racing in a pub.
Oh,
By bouncing up and down on chairs to move them backwards across the floor.
that's amazing.
And it bloody hurt.
I've been on the karaoke bus once. It was for a stag do. We all piled into it from the pub that we were picked up in. And the guy pressed the button, the lights came on, and one of us turned around and said, "You can turn that fucking off. We wanted a bus we could drink in. We didn't want karaoke."
Ah,
That sounds similar to my one experience on it, which was also a stag do. We'd just been clay pigeon shooting.
Yeah.
And the minibus company said, "Oh, we'll send a karaoke bus to pick you back up." And we were like, "You really don't have to." So we got on the bus, and again, they turned the lights on. The problem was, it was the middle of summer and 4 p.m. So the lights weren't what you would call effective, but we made the stags sing, I think it was All of Bat Out of Hell.
Oh,
The problem was, it was only like a 10-minute journey back from the shooting range to the first pub on the pub crawl. So we had to make the driver go around the block a couple of times so we'd finish the song.
Jesus Christ. The last stag, no, it wasn't the last stag do I was on, sorry. But I can still remember the best stag do I ever went on was Ben O'Hare's stag do, and I don't think I've ever drank like that ever since. I genuinely think it's sort of, there was something clicked in my head that morning or the next 2 days where it went, we need to have a general meeting about this shit.
I think that's the problem with stag do's. It's the older you get, the more you think, I can't handle this anymore.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's stag do's, speaking to people, looking at social media, walking outside. Any interactions really. I find like I either want to kill myself or somebody else halfway through them.
I think
most
this
people
is
think the same
one
about you anyway,
advantage.
sir.
One advantage of the hen weekend over the stag do is that normally after a big night out, there follows a spa, which is not normally my jam, but when you're a bit, it does shift some stuff.
What do you mean, like a spa?
Yeah, like a spa.
Not the shop.
Not the spa, the shop. No, like a steam room and a pool and some like hot water in your face and that kind of shit.
The last stag do I went on, the best man was meant to organise it, and it ended up with the bride-to-be sorting it out. Must have mentioned this one before, where the best man first booked us into the wrong Premier Inn, which was nowhere near the centre of Edinburgh, and it was actually close to the airport.
Right.
It was also 10 quid more per person per night, not including breakfast.
Yes.
Then he tried to organise all the events and managed to get it so wrong that he booked the go-karting straight after the whiskey tasting.
Right.
And then that left the Sunday morning for the Moonlight Ghost Walk. So the bride took over and kind of fixed it. The best man ended up jibbing out of the Saturday night festivities at about 9 o'clock. So went for some food at the Hard Rock Cafe. He discovered the shop, spent about 100 quid on t-shirts, and went back to the hotel, and we didn't see him until we were getting up for breakfast the following morning.
Sounds horrible.
The three of us that were the hardened drinkers, it was the weekend we discovered Scotch, so something good came out of it.
Right, okay.
Yeah, me, Steve the accountant, and Thumbs. We just ended up getting plastered on what would be incredibly expensive whiskey, but we were in Scotland.
Yeah.
So it was just incredible whiskey. Unlike Saturday night, my works do. There's about.
I thought you must have had a good works do where you are.
Oh, it was.
Some money was spent.
There was a lot of money spent. First thing was they booked the entire Villa Marina, which has got 5 bars, three of which were open, or 2 of which were open, and an extra gin bar was set up in the main room. They had
the Royal Hall, the Colonnade Suite, and like the side bar.
Right.
And then they put up a gin bar for the gin drinkers in the main room. I mean, this is a venue that I think it's 1,200 you can get in.
People need their fucking head shook when it comes to gin these days.
I quite like a gin.
I know, I love a gin. Like, gin and tonic's a fucking great drink. It doesn't need fucking blueberries and cinnamon in it.
I have to admit, I did have a row with the guy in the railway, I think last time I came down to one of your gigs there, because he was just like, right, what gin do you want? I don't know. I've asked for a gin and tonic. Just put anything in a glass. I'm clearly
Gordon's.
not. If I'd been specific, then fair enough. But I clearly don't care.
I get that every time I go to the bar for you and you ask for a gin and tonic. I just play it safe and go for one that I know you've got a bottle of at home.
Yeah. Also, like, you're asking me which one. You've got about 50. I cannot make that decision in 2 seconds.
I choose gin very easily. If I see it, ask for Monkey 13 because it's got a monkey on the bottle.
I always thought I must be thinking. What's Monkey Shoulder? Is that a whiskey?
That's Scotch.
That's what I'm thinking of. That's probably why I don't go for that one.
Yeah. No, it's just gin. I think all gin tastes the same. And obviously, if you get gin and elderflower, it tastes a bit of elderflower.
So do I. It tastes like perfume.
Yeah, no.
And now there's 19 million different flavours of tonic.
It's too complicated.
Yeah.
Particularly when you've already had a few, you just don't need that dilemma.
And you don't want the flavoured tonic, because the idea of having gin and tonic is it's dead dry and really refreshing.
I quite like some of the flavoured tonics, but again, if I don't have to think about it, if it just turns up, cool.
Yeah.
I don't like the taste of gin, I don't like the taste of tonic. So
how are we with actual bits of fruit in it, as in like red currants?
It's an added complication when you're trying to drink it, isn't it?
I don't mind a wedge of lime.
Wedge of lime or lemon, fine.
Yeah, ice and a slice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, has to be crushed ice.
No, this is just getting specific.
Yeah. Well, I see, that's the thing.
It's not a mojito.
If you're going to go to this fucking point of putting all this other stuff in it, then you might as well make sure the ice is crushed as well.
I just thought the way to make a perfect gin and tonic was a glass, some gin, some tonic, some ice, and citrus slice.
It should be, but it's been overcomplicated. Nanas wouldn't work this out.
This is probably one reason why I'm glad I don't like gin and stick to whiskey, because when I'm drinking scotch, you get a glass.
And then you put some ice in the
glass. And you put 1 cube of ice in if you want, and some scotch, or if you don't want ice, maybe a teaspoon of water.
Yeah.
And that's a scotch.
Right. That seems... I think even I could pour that like a master.
World's easiest cocktail. Or JD and Coke. Again, you can't
go wrong.
You can't go wrong with that. JD, Coke.
Yeah, rum and Coke.
Yeah.
I was a big fan of rum and Coke back in the day.
I can't drink white rum. I've not been able to drink it for
dark rum.
Many years, because there was a place that was doing I went to one night, they were doing triples for the price of singles, and I had some, and I didn't have a follow.
Ruined the experience.
Didn't have a following day. It's one of those drinks where it's like Southern Comfort. If you get too drunk on it,
and Glavar.
Yeah. Oh God, that is so sickly.
Yeah, it's horrible stuff.
I think we've got a bottle of that in.
I think I've tried some and it was unpleasant.
The other problem with Glavar is, of course, once you open it, you have to. If you don't drink the entire bottle in one night, you can never open it again.
No,
because there's that much sugar in there that the lid welds itself onto the bottle, and the only way to pour anymore is to put a drill through it.
Only thing sugarier than that is Lucozade.
Which is not sugary anymore because of the sugar tax.
Is it not sugary?
Oh
anymore?
no! The diabetics are outraged.
Wow.
Oh. Don't get me started. As a part-time diabetic, I'm not fully diabetic anymore.
Are you in remission?
Yeah, I am. I'm pre-diabetic.
You're pre-diabetic, post-diabetes.
Yes. That's what confused me. And in my doctor's own words, just go with it.
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to say you're transitioning.
To somebody that can eat lots of chocolate again. All the diabetics are up in arms. We know a type 1 diabetic who is incredibly pissed off. It's Mrs. Steve, the accountant.
Yeah.
And she's incredibly pissed off that she knew exactly how much Ribena or Lucozade she needed if she was suffering from low blood sugar.
Right.
Now she hasn't got a bloody clue because they've taken all the sugar out, and because of all the artificial sweeteners, it tastes like Rich Energy.
Right, okay.
Rich Energy.
I must say, since they took the sugar out of... Because it confuses me. I don't understand why you have no sugar Coke and Diet Coke still, and Coca-Cola.
Different sweeteners in the no sugar and the Diet Coke.
But no sugar Coke is the nicest type of Coke. Now...
Is Coke Life still a thing?
No, they got rid of that. That's
the one. That's a weird concept.
That's the one that they sweetened with leaves.
Coke Life.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't no sugar, and it wasn't diet. It was reduced sugar, and it was with stevia, which is like plant jizz.
Yeah.
Rather than an artificial.
Isn't that supposed to be really bad for you, stevia?
Don't know. I don't think any of them are meant to be good for you, are they?
No.
But then neither is sugar or anything.
Like, is it? Coca-Cola cleans coins, and then if you put baking soda and Mountain Dew, it glows. Like, none of this...
HP Sauce cleans coins.
Yeah, none of this seems like a good move.
Everything's bad for you. Just enjoy it while you can.
Yes, yeah.
Although the best reaction to the sugar tax was Jamie Oliver tweeted, "What's everyone's favourite breakfast?" And somebody replied, "I'm not telling you, you'll fucking get it banned." So anyway, the works Christmas do.
Sorry.
Book this 1200 capacity venue for about 400 staff and plus ones. And booked a load of acts. There was couple of bands and some DJs. There was a load of acoustic acts, including podcast favourite Alex Harris. Who you saw my Facebook message. And they put a ban on anyone buying shots before 9:30 because of previous events.
Yeah, somebody glassing Alex Harris.
Well, no, Jaeger bombs are the weapon of choice, so you'd have had to plastic
just
in.
a quickie, public YouTube.
Yeah. If you're watching, we love you.
He started it.
You invaded Poland.
I don't even know.
So yeah, they put this ban on anyone drinking any form of shots before 9:30 because of the way that people had behaved before, and the food was available from about 7:30.
Yeah.
And
we were pretty much first to the buffet.
we
weren't
were first to the
nailed
buffet,
shit out of that.
mainly because neither of us had any tea.
Yeah.
And as soon as you got something to eat from the buffet, you got the back of your hand stamped. And I only worked this out later on. It was to make sure that if you were buying shots, they could see if you'd eaten or not, and you weren't doing Jaeger bombs on an empty stomach.
Fuck them. I would.
Yeah, but then 9:30 came.
Then,
quit.
but
Treat me like a
well-
fucking child, you bunch of bastards.
Yeah, but then 9:30
was-
came and you found out why.
it was a free bar.
Yeah. I'm aware of free bars. I've been to free bars. I can negotiate one and still manage to get myself home without.
That's the
fucking-
bit. You can do that.
That's the problem, you see, because I think it was 6 ambulances that were called last year for people passing out and nearly choking on their own vomit by 10 o'clock.
Well, then they should have been sacked.
I don't think any of those people are working for the company anymore.
Good.
So they just put this complete ban on
See, this
any
is what
form
I
of
mean
shots.
about people. I used to like people.
People can't be trusted to be people.
No.
So I didn't notice what time.
Tories kill them all.
I didn't notice what time it was, and I got up to go to the bar, and there was two people in front of me in the queue, and I thought, oh, that's all right. It's all gone a bit quiet, and got to the front, got served, couple of drinks, turned around. There was a queue of about 40 people. I was like, what the fuck's going on? Look at me watch 9:28. Oh, God, I work with some hardcore alcoholics. But, yeah, the mixture of choice for the Jaeger bomb was Rich Energy.
Was it really?
It was seen in the wild.
They were going through cans and cans of the shit, weren't they?
I
Jesus
think they've drunk a
Christ.
year. I think our company drank a year's worth of Rich Energy
Is
production
it
in one
still in
night.
production?
Apparently so. Or
but
it's just
both
been kicking around
cans.
since TT.
I think it's the leftovers from TT because it was the old illegal white bikes logo that was on there.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, we got stuck behind people who were buying them well, not buying them, but acquiring them by the dozen.
Does the white label mean it's contraband?
Oh,
But yeah, it takes so long to pour.
yeah.
You get stuck behind someone by getting 12 at a time, and it's like, I just want 2 ingredients in a glass.
Yeah. Well, what had happened was you'd gone to the gin bar because you drink gin.
Yeah,
And I
there
said,
was no queue.
Yeah, there was no queue. You got your gin, went through to the other bar where they were serving all the other drinks.
Yeah.
And in the time it took for them to actually get round to serving me, you needed another drink.
And I wasn't drinking it stupidly quick. I had
No.
been sipping it.
When was your ambulance called?
No, I walked home like a grown up.
We only walked home because they told us in the taxi place it'd take about an hour. What was it? Anything between 15 minutes and an hour so you can take your
It
chances.
was like, nata.
Like, bollocks to that, we'll walk.
But yeah, so it was shots from 9:30. By 11 o'clock, that was a thin crowd.
And then apparently it got thinner, according to your colleague.
Yes, guy I work with was one of the acoustic acts. And yeah, he nipped back in afterwards because he had the wristband. He'd had another gig, goes back in, get a few drinks, and apparently there was a limited crowd, but of good quality of dance moves.
Although by that time the superstar DJ they'd booked for the night had finished.
Oh. Who's the superstar DJ? Was it Gid?
Olympic gold medal cyclist Peter Kenyuk.
Oh, it's new. It's like Gid was usually the booker DJ for some sort of event, wasn't he?
No, we actually had an Olympic gold medal cyclist DJing.
Crazy.
And even by my standards, that was way too much bass.
There was, I swear, it was like pushing people out the room. It was that much bass. It was an offensive quantity.
You'd stand
of
up and get
bass.
vibrated back 10 feet. the other act or name act that they brought over was, oh god, I don't know how to describe this apart from what the fuck and why the fuck.
Yes.
They're called Truly Medley Deeply, and they only there's 2 of them.
Your face.
Your face already. This is. Oh, yeah, I'm looking forward to the rest of this. So, their ethos is they take the best bits of songs and make them into long medleys. It was a guy on an acoustic guitar, somebody with a hi-hat, a snare drum, and a crash cymbal, a very small crash cymbal, and a tambourine, and a shitload of backing tapes and a sequencer.
See, that's a hate crime.
It gets better.
Right.
I had a look on their website. They were formed when they were both undergraduates at Cambridge University.
Okay.
They were incredibly posh. We are talking so posh that could possibly be in Boris Johnson's cabinet.
Right.
Or at least on his sideboard.
Not his fridge.
No. That's where the bodies are kept. And it was the only way to describe it is the whitest, most middle class ever. How many gangsters do we have in here? Here's some Coolio.
Oh, I quite like that now. Now I'm in.
And then they did
I'm in.
this sequency, acoustic-y duo of the first verse of Gangster's Paradise and then veered off into the Fugees.
Oh. I want to see it all. I want to see that. I want to see them do Fuck the Police.
Don't think they did Fuck the Police. They did a Disney medley.
Oh, I like that.
They also did a 90s one-hit wonder medley.
Did the Disney medley have a whole new world in it?
Yes. At which point one of them was like picking up a guy in the crowd.
I've never seen anything like it. And
I've never changed my opinion on something so
have a Google
Yes,
Google later.
you're lucky I'm not
Truly
doing it now.
medley deeply. It's an interesting experience.
I even like the name now.
I think the problem for me was that they did 2 sets.
Oh,
I think one set
would have been ideal.
would have been sufficient and a novelty. And okay, this is a bit out there,
Yeah.
but if you've had a few drinks, fair enough. The fact that they then came back on, it was like, oh, okay.
Oh yes, because we went out for a bit into the other room, then came back and they were going
They were
again.
back.
But they paid a fucking fortune for it as well.
Well, I know how much one of the acoustic acts was played for a much shorter set, so yeah.
Yeah, and bearing in mind these guys were probably flown over and put up in the poshest hotel on the island.
Yeah.
So I've got to get my band on there next year.
Oh.
Although they do want to book Fugue State for an upcoming event where they want us to do an hour of 80s rock. I'm in my fucking element.
Yeah, it sounds grand.
Yeah.
You shouldn't even have to move the set around too much.
Not really, no. Well, no, we went through it and 19 of our 28 songs are from the 80s.
Yeah.
We're in. We have another one. Something that happened after last week's show on Tuesday. Our landlady is back with a vengeance.
Oh yeah, she's got a new thing, hasn't she?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Phoned me up Tuesday evening.
Yeah.
And said, are you the ones that's ordering too much stuff from Amazon and throwing lots of cardboard away? I was like, well, we've had a few orders.
All right, Greta, calm down.
No,
It gets better. It's just that I was going through your bins.
How dare you?
It's like, did she really just say that? I was going through your bins and you should leave your cardboard out in the rain. Oh, and by the way, stop putting recycling out. It makes the street look untidy. And I don't hold with recycling anyway because the council go through your bins and I don't like them doing that because then they'll find out how much of an alcoholic you are.
Yeah, she's very concerned about the council judging how many empty bottles she has.
Right.
So what I can get from this is the
She
council
has too
can't.
many empty bottles. Is
The
the
council
issue.
can't go through your bins. She's a complete pisshead, but it's okay for her to go through our
So-
bins.
Just let's break this down for
Yeah.
a second. When the bin man, comes in his big wagon,
Yeah.
Yeah,
comes up the road,
yeah.
and another bin man jumps out, and they wheel the bin up, stick it onto the thing.
Yeah.
It goes up, goes in the back of the bin.
No. This is the recycling, which is in the smaller boxes, which you separate.
Right. Where do they go?
Well, it gets tipped into a skip on the back of a van. They've got 2 skips.
And she thinks that somebody's cataloguing.
She's very concerned.
Yes.
Someone's sit there. That's either there's some sort of electronic device which can count the bottles as they're poured in, or someone's just really good at like Rain Man in it and just 56.
Qantas never crash. Mrs. Stevens is a drunk.
I mean, I think we've alluded to this before, but when she goes on a diet, it is a restriction of 1 bottle of wine per day.
We did mention this last week.
Yeah,
that
I'm
and
sure we
I
did,
had to help
yes.
her carry 12 bottles of vermouth down the stairs.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
Well, that was not. What did we think that was? A couple of weeks worth.
about that, yeah.
Oh, fucking
She might be
crazy,
justified
there's
in her
so
concern about how many empty bottles she has, to be fair.
many crazy rich people on the Isle of Man.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
She's
so
one of them.
many of them.
Anyone would think it was a place for tax exiles or tax avoiders or somewhere where rich people go to hide their money.
Yeah, well, I'm quite happy it can still be that, to be perfectly honest.
It was going to be that, whatever.
Maybe.
I don't want to get all political
Oh,
because there's no bloody point.
it's hilarious.
Because
though.
they're all as
It's
bad as each other.
hilarious. Oh, it's so much fun. I do like. At least if the world's going to fall apart, at least you're here to watch it. Like, if you had to be alive during the Roman times, you'd have been around the fall of Rome, wouldn't you? Just to see what happened.
Well, I wouldn't at my age. I'd have been dead. Sometimes this island does massively piss me off with the amount of lunatic rich people, and the amount of lunatic rich people that I end up either working for or renting property from, or in the case of when I first moved over, both at the same time.
Yeah, I don't know. There's quite a lot of lunatic poor people as well. I don't know what I hate more. I don't know whether I hate the poor people or the people that try to help them. But I'm just practicing my Tory.
You need to do the hair a bit more.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Well,
I need a haircut if I'm doing things
If
like
I
that.
grow it out, yeah. I thought you were going to start singing what Love Rats or whatever it is. Love Cats.
Hey, that used to be my standby Halloween fancy dress.
Was it?
Yeah, you don't get more Halloween than Robert Smith.
No, you don't. Doesn't Charles Manson? No, Marilyn Manson. Out.
Two different characters.
There's a connection. He out Halloweens him, doesn't he?
Yeah, but this is in the days before Marilyn Manson was, well, anything.
Alive. Yeah. Before he started morphing into what's his name? Actor.
Nope.
He
Actor.
did loads of things. He was in like the remake of The Wicker Man.
Nicolas Cage.
Yes.
Ah,
Right.
the leggings guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, yes. From the famous pants.
One of us is going to have to order a pair of them from Wish just to find out are they really a thing or are they just an advert.
Wish is such a crazy app.
It is
Website.
very
whatever it is.
bizarre, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think we need to start doing like Wish purchase of the week.
Well, I need to do a big Wish purchase after after Christmas because acoustic foam on Wish is cheap as fucking oxygen.
Is it a fire hazard, though?
And loads of things are fire hazards.
But the problem is they've got these adverts with like piles of acoustic foam,
Yeah.
and they would all put together to make something that size.
There's 95 pieces, Paul. Even 95 pieces of that is a lot of foam.
Ah, right, okay, that size. It's one of these little squares.
No, it's the same as I got. It's the same like 4x4 squares. 95 pieces for about 38 quid.
We should buy some for the guy upstairs and just put on the delivery note, learn.
I'm going to do a whole room in it and then walk in and pretend I'm Jamiroquai for an hour.
Never seen you wear a hat.
I like hats. I need to buy more. I've got a big head though. Yeah, big head. The old hats have to be good sized beanies.
Yeah, the hat of choice I have brought with me tonight is a bit on the snug side for my quantity of head.
It's almost exactly the same as my son's hat.
Ah,
He's got a good bobble hat like that as well.
I've got a company one because we all got given them free. Free bar, free hats. What more could I want out of a job?
Okay, you signed your soul over to the man. Wearing his bobble hats, drinking his Jaeger bomb.
I did not have one Jaeger bomb on Saturday. I was well. I stuck to JD and Coke all night.
Did you?
Mainly because, controversial here, I don't like Jaeger bombs.
I don't like Jaeger bomb. I don't like energy drinks. I think energy drinks should come with a Rennie on top of them. I do hate it.
I
hate the
imagine
stuff.
if you put like a Rennie or some other kind of indigestion tablet
In
in
it.
a Jaeger, it would have like a Mentos and Coke situation going on.
Something would be
I think
bad.
it would be some kind of like actual Jaeger bomb.
That video you sent me of people using a water filter for various things. I want to see.
that's
I want to see
amazing.
what happens when they do Jägermeister through it.
They
'Cause-
put a Rockstar through a Brita filter,
Yeah.
and only water came out. All the like color and
What was the
flavor.
filter like?
They had a look. They reckoned they could probably sell it to weirdos.
Jeez.
But they did all different liquids through it. This is Rhett and Link, which I think are on Facebook if you want to have a look at it.
I'll put a link on the Facebook page.
But yeah, they did all different liquids through it. Some of them came out better, some of them came out worse. But for some reason, the bright purple Rockstar came out as pure water.
I would like to know if you did that to Coke, whether you get Tab Clear.
Oh, interesting.
I loved Tab Clear.
What, for those 20 minutes it was on sale?
It was my favourite fizzy drink of all times.
Yes, I remember that clear cola craze.
It was amazing. It was great. It didn't taste like cola. It tasted like something else, and what it tasted of was nice.
Sugar water, I think. It was kind of like cream soda.
It was a bit cream soda.
Cream
yeah.
soda is an underrated drink.
Cream soda is a very underrated drink.
Cream soda is a fucking nightmare to get hold of these days.
Tesco's.
Artificial sweeteners in there. One.
Oh yeah. It's
Proper cream soda made without chemicals.
Yeah.
Sorry for being awkward and having allergies.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think you're going to need like a time machine or something for that now.
Or a recipe. No.
I don't know. I reckon it's the kind of like artisanal thing Fever Tree would do.
Oh, it possibly is.
Is that
Right.
like an artisanal fizzy drink?
They do all like the fancy tonics and shit.
Oh, they like the bottles, glass bottles that you get
Yeah.
on the bottom of the aisle of Tesco.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, their cola is fucking awful.
You
Yes.
did not get on with the cola, did you?
Awful.
Yeah, my mum was going on to me for ages, you know, saying, should drink all the Fever Tree stuff, it's really good. It's like, Mum, I don't like tonic. Oh, they do others. I was like, right, I'll give it a try. And let's put it this way, it killed the shot of Jack Daniels that I put in that glass so much that I had to pour one out in remembrance for it. Bless you.
Bless you.
Right, I think it's probably about time to get things set up for
Yeah.
talking about
it might be.
about F1. We have a sort of season review to do.
Yeah, 18 people here. You need to go to another link now.
There's 20 watching
me.
now.
Where's
So,
that?
yeah.
My number lies.
So, thank you to everyone that's pledged and donated all the way through this year. For anyone that isn't a patron that was tuning into this going, why the hell aren't you talking about F1? This is the kind of thing that we do on our Patreon show every week, and you can subscribe from as little as $1 a month at patreon.com/3legs4wheels. Everything that donates, it goes to basically keeping us going and keeping us active.
Yep.
And we
And
can't,
it's clearly a quality production.
and it really is. And we cannot thank you enough for this. For everyone on YouTube, we'll be back in half an hour with.
I mean, sex stuff would be over thanking.
It probably would. It would. Yeah, we'll be back. We'll be back in half an hour on YouTube. And to everyone that's listening, have a great Christmas. And we'll see you in the new year.
Bye-bye.
Oh,
Bye.
we need a Playhouse song.
Oh shit, yeah.
I have an album out, or an EP out.
So we'll play
There we
Love
go
Cats by
then.
The Cure then.
I would like us to play. I have an EP out that you can go and get now on our Bandcamp, or on Wednesday. You can get it from anywhere. It's on all the streaming stuffs. It's by Clown Skull for War, and it's called Sacrifice for Purity.
Link in description.
Yeah, and the track we're going to play out with is, let me think, which one?
One of them.
The third track, I think, on it is called Murder Under Moonlight.
We will play out with that then.
Yep.
And you will send me a link to your Bandcamp so I can get a copy of it.
No worries.
Right, thank you very much. And we'll see you next year.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.